Nobody expected Cleveland to become the center of the NFL universe on Sunday. The Browns were closing out a losing season. Fans were already emotionally checked out. The national spotlight was barely paying attention. But by the end of the night, the entire football world was talking about one moment that might quietly change the future of the franchise forever. Yes, Myles Garrett broke the single-season sack record. That part is real. That part is historic. But that wasn't the moment that mattered most. The moment that shook people didn't happen during the play. It happened after the clock hit 0, when Garrett opened his mouth and said something about his rookie quarterback that nobody expected. And once you understand the context behind it, you realize this wasn't just praise. It was an endorsement, a message, a passing of responsibility. And for a franchise that has spent decades searching for stability, it hit different. To understand why, you have to go back weeks earlier. For nearly a month, Myles Garrett had been sitting just half a sack away from history. 22.5 sacks. One more hit on a quarterback, and the record was his. But defenses across the league refused to let it happen easily. Every offensive coordinator built their entire game plan around neutralizing Garrett. Double teams on first down, triple teams on third down, tight ends staying in, running backs chipping. Quick throws designed to get the ball out before Garrett could even blink. And it worked. Week after week, the record stayed untouched. The pressure mounted. The frustration showed. And heading into the season finale, it felt like one of those cruel NFL stories where a legendary player comes painfully close, but never quite gets there. Then came Cincinnati. From the opening drive, it was the same story. Protection sliding toward Garrett. Burrow getting rid of the ball instantly. 3 quarters passed, and nothing changed. The clock kept moving. The opportunities kept disappearing. And with every snap, it felt like history was slipping away again, until one mistake changed everything. With just over 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Bengals gambled. They left Garrett in a one-on-one matchup. No chip, no help. Just him versus a tackle who had been surviving all night thanks to extra protection. It lasted less than 2 seconds. Garrett exploded off the edge, bent the corner, and dropped Burrow into the turf. Sack number 23. The record was officially broken. The stadium erupted. Teammates poured onto the field. Coaches, linemen, receivers. Everyone knew they had just witnessed something rare. Not just a record, but a record broken under circumstances nobody else had ever faced. Because Garrett didn't do this with a dominant offense forcing opponents into shootouts. He did it on a team that struggled to score, meaning fewer passing attempts and fewer chances to hunt quarterbacks. That context matters, and it's why players around the league understood how special this moment really was. But here's the part people forget. The game wasn't over. The Browns were still trailing, and suddenly, the celebration stopped. Because now, the pressure shifted, straight onto the shoulders of a rookie quarterback, Shadur Sanders, a first-year player, behind a shaky offensive line. On a team with nothing to lose and everything to prove, standing in the shadow of a franchise legend's historic moment. And now being asked to lead a game-winning drive. This is where young quarterbacks usually crack. This is where mistakes happen. This is where the moment becomes too big. This is where people say, he'll learn from this. But Sanders didn't flinch. From the first snap of the drive, he looked calm, collected, in control, short completions, smart reads, third down conversions, no panic, no hero ball, just execution. Play after play, the Browns moved down the field, and once they crossed into field goal range, something shifted on the sideline. You could feel it. This wasn't hope anymore, it was belief. Dustin Hopkins lined up. The kick was clean. The ball split the uprights as time expired. Browns win. And just like that, Myles Garrett's historic sack didn't end in heartbreak. It ended in victory. But what happened next is the reason this game will be remembered. After the game, reporters asked Garrett about the final drive, about watching Sanders operate under pressure, about what he felt in that moment, and Garrett didn't hesitate. He said, "Once we got in field goal range, I knew he was going to seal it.